What's up, everyone? I'm Makabaka, and you're watching ESA Winter 19. Coming up is Crash Bandicoot 3 as part of the NST Trilogy. Great community and great runner, so enjoy. Seems like... Sorry.
Hey people, I'm Murcaz. With me I have Triggerino and Elk. I'm going to be running Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy and Crash 3 in specific, and we're going to go right into it. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Good luck, yeah.
Coming up here, very hard to skip. Have to spam triangle as fast as possible to skip the first cutscene. Like this. So, hardest skip in the game for sure. I'm going to start by going left, talking to Crash's sister Coco, like that. Loads are a bit faster than what I'm used to, so not exactly... That wasn't as good, but it's fine. So what you saw me doing there was a Hobb Slide. I'm going to explain that more later when I get to the next level, but it's basically chaining the buttons together to move super fast. So,
yeah.
Starting off here is a tiger level, where I'm going to use Crash's sister, Coco, to just ride around here. There's like risky strats to this level like I'm doing now. I'm not going to go for too many of them, because I'm quite nervous and it's easy to screw up.
Yeah. So the reason why he talked to Coco at the start is to unlock hers, because certain levels are, compared to the other two games in the trilogy, you are required to use Coco. And simply having talked to her, you are allowed to switch freely between her in the warp room. And that essentially allows to skip some animations that would otherwise take place.
Yeah, if I press R2 as like right before I enter the level, I skip the animation completely, and it saves like 3 to 5 seconds in total for each level I do that. There's not that many levels that do it, but you're gonna see it again now. I'm gonna switch to Crash. It's not necessary, but Coco has an animation which is slower, so I like to use her as little as possible. But she was nice to us now.
Alright, so you see that the way the layout works in Crash 3 is you see 5 levels, and there's 5 warps in total. You can only go 1 warp at a time, but you can go freely within that warp, so you can kind of choose your own routing within the warp. And so that's what you'll see him doing, going between numbers here.
So what you see here is what I described, Hobb Sliding. This is not the normal speed. Oh, I dropped it there. This is not the normal speed that you do slide spins in, but if you do a slide spin jump and land on an elevated surface while you do that, and chain them together like I'm doing here, the game still thinks you're in falling animation, so it moves you super fast.
Yeah, and essentially you gotta chain the slide and spins together.
Yeah, it's a pretty tight window to do it, so if you saw me drop it once there, that happens from time to time. It's quite hard to keep it together.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, congrats on Deathless Toad Village.
It's like people who know me, I did a race once where I died at the end of the first level and lost like 50 seconds to probably the easiest level in the entire run.
Yeah, it was quite a good run besides that, so...
So by default, you'll see him slide spinning right now, and that's just 2 different inputs. Sliding is the fastest form of movement if you do not use glitches, and in order to chain those slides without stopping in between, you'll see him spinning, and that brings up this form of movement. And then when you add this glitch to it, where you jump after the animation and then land on an elevated surface, you can keep chaining that to get a bunch of extra movement speed.
So there, you heard me talk about elevated surfaces, that I had to do that for a Hobb Slide, but I didn't do that there. I simply slid into the 3 crates and got a Hobb Slide out of it. The reason why that works is because you take the 2 bottom crates and let the top crate bonk you in the head, so you get it. Let me go for it again, and I got it. It's a very hard one to do, so...
Right, it's not about the elevated surface per se, it's more about
landing.
Touching the ground
Yeah.
before your spin animation ends.
Exactly. That was good, except the ending there.
Yeah, a little slow at the ending, but...
So, already coming up to a very, very boring level. I'm gonna just switch to Coco again and go back and forth in a ocean level that we have here. So there's really not much to explain here. So if you want to go for a few donations, you can do that now.
All right, well, we have a donation from Air Dawn with $5, and we also have one from Samodi Alifak, also $5. Thank you very much.
So you're gonna see me move back and forth like this. This is slightly faster, very slightly faster. If you get seasick, don't watch this.
Yeah, the trick to not getting seasick is don't look at Coco, look on the horizon instead.
Yeah, or just go take some water for this level. Nothing interesting is happening here anyways.
Yeah, and zigzagging back and forth like this is like slightly faster. I think it saves like half a second or something, right?
Yes, ish.
In total.
Ish.
So it's a minute thing. I think it's got something to do with the way you go across the waves.
Something to do with how the wave moves, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little hard to understand, I guess.
So I guess I can talk about this since it's still like in a very boring level. It's actually like today, it's exactly a year ago since I did my first run of this, which was my first speedrun. Or I did try the 2 other crashes first, but I didn't like them as much, so I ended up here. So exactly a year ago, so that's kind of neat that the dates go over each other like that.
Mm.
So I'm gonna try and like kind of... No, okay, that didn't work. That portal is weird sometimes, and sometimes you go past it and then get sucked in instead of getting sucked in from in front like you should.
Yeah. And the reason why you want to use Coco a little less is because the crystal animation she does here is kind of random. She has a longer animation that takes like a second extra, so minimizing the chances of that is just nice.
So I'm gonna spam square and X here. I'm gonna let the others explain because this requires my focus a bit.
Exactly. So there's 2 of these underwater levels. The second one's a lot longer. This one is basically just about catching one of the cycles coming up in a bit. And the speed that you go at is entirely determined on how fast you can mash the spin and, slide buttons, which would be X and square.
Yeah.
For the underwater levels, that's just a kick and a spin, which gives you extra movement speed.
Okay, that's good.
And as it looks like he will be able to catch the cycle here, it's about getting beneath this zapper, and then you are able to go through there without waiting on anything.
Didn't really want to get hit there, but it doesn't really matter either.
Yeah, he did get hit twice there. This game uses masks as kind of shields. You'll find masks all over the maps. And in this case, they're not really that important. But they served as protection from not dying.
So coming up here, I'm not going to explain anything. I'm not going to have them explain anything. I'm going to let the gameplay speak for itself, and you can be confused for a minute, if that's fine for you guys.
Nice. And there we go.
Right, so I said earlier, 5 warp rooms, each of them have 5 levels, and additionally to that, 1 boss fight. So if the math adds up, then that's a total of 28 levels in this speedrun.
30, but
yeah.
I left something out there,
yeah.
Which is what you just saw. He skipped the boss fight.
The boss fight's really slow, so why do him? Now, what I did there was glitch the menu to getting Crash's sister, and by doing those inputs that I did, it's very hard to explain that trick, really. I kind of made her go through walls. It's gonna get shown later. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're gonna see it one more time.
What I did there is very hard, by the way. It's like one of the hardest things to go for in the run, like in terms of not cycle based.
Yeah. So essentially, since this is any percent, the goal of this run is to beat Cortex at the end, which is the final boss. But it doesn't matter if you've beaten all the other bosses, because the bosses unlock depending on how many crystals you have. So he doesn't need to beat Tiny, he just needs to essentially get 25, what do they call, crystals at the end.
The bosses are not actually that important.
Yeah.
They give you power-ups, which I guess we can talk about once we get to the first boss. But either way, that was a really good tomb time. That level is not easy. There's some Hobb Slides to catch there that are very tricky and sometimes simply don't work. You got both of them. Definitely good job on that one.
Yeah, that's for top runners or like runners in general, but lower level runners, if I can say, like I usually don't go for that. So it's very hard. Like
It's usually one of the levels you lose a good amount of time in.
yeah, it's 7-8 seconds time save there if you do it correctly.
Yeah.
So.
And here our second tiger level. Again, you're just gonna go through it. You'll see him try to hug some of the corners here, and it is a 3D game, but I guess he kind of has a racing line, because to just have a shorter distance, he hugs the corners as much as possible. Not only in the tiger levels, but levels in general.
Try to hug the corners as much as possible, but
Yeah.
it's not always a possibility to do either.
Yeah, of course.
So that crystal can troll me sometimes. The tiger can give you a glitched high jump where it just suddenly like launches you way in the air, and suddenly you miss the crystal, and it's you have to die and do it again. Coming up now is the perfect levels that are the motorcycle levels. So that's the animation I was talking about earlier, by the way. It loses 0.6, if I remember correctly.
Something like that. And yeah, it's just annoying that there's a little bit of RNG there.
33% to get that animation when you're Coco.
Alright, so motorcycle levels work with boosts. Normally Crash drives like this, but there's certain boost pads which I'm not sure by how much they increase your speed, but it's definitely significant. So he's going to try to take this boost right here and carry it all the way to the end of the level. But there's some seriously tight turns he has to catch here. You're going to see him lean forward and focus. Getting past that police car is actually pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Because the controls, once you're in your boosted state, boosted state, are really clunky. It feels like you're moving a truck, basically.
So that should basically... Yeah, okay. Yeah,
that was the last difficult turn. The rest is basically just going straight forward.
That should be it.
As soon as he gets past here, it's just over the ramp, and you see the finish line on the horizon.
So taking that boost all the way to the end is a really big time save also. The only level where you can keep the boost for the entire level, actually. The other two levels have a lot tighter turns, and it's impossible to keep it true because of the controls.
Also by far the shortest motorcycle level. The others are quite a bit longer.
Yes.
And they have the tighter turns, which is why he can carry it through to the end. And now we're going to see our second medieval level, which features the Hobb Slides.
And our favorite Australian.
Yeah, Mr. Dingodile. And if you're wondering, they're called Hobb Slides because they were named after another Spyro runner that Crash runner that found the skips, named J Hobbs. He found them by accident and also figured out how they work. So they kind of got named Hobb Sliding after that. And as you can see, he just chains them together and uses this small elevations to what do you call it? Regain them. So he gets that full speed throughout this entire level. And
that was weird. My controller didn't want to listen to me there. Usually I can skip that hole by going to the side of it, but sometimes I'm not gonna take the risk, or my controller doesn't want to take the risks.
Right, the thing about Hobb Sliding also is that the extra speed it gives you sometimes allows you to skip over holes that normally you wouldn't be able to walk across. So it allows you to chain them for longer, because remember, when you jump, you basically automatically cancel the Hobb Slide. So you want to try to do that as little as possible.
So the reason why I did it in this order was to preserve the masks. There are some levels in this game that are extremely important for me to keep two masks into, because it will save a ton of time. You're gonna see why very soon, hopefully.
so when he has two masks and then collects the third mask, he gains his invincibility with the Aku Agu. And in this case, you're gonna see him here. He's gonna gain a lot of speed while going on these hangrails here. So having the mask essentially speeds that up quite a lot, because the normal speed on the hangrails are very slow.
At the end of the level, you'll see how slow that really is when you don't have this invincibility state.
Yeah, if he does it correctly here, he should lose them right after these double boxes here. Or actually after the Scorpion. That was really good.
You can make it to the Scorpion and a bit past on PC.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end there you saw me move really slowly. Okay, didn't get that one, that's fine. And didn't get hit by him.
Yeah, those sword carriers can really hit you in places that don't make much sense. If they're swinging their sword and you come from behind, they still kill you with their sword.
That was a pretty good warp steer and a decent warp on. Not too bad.
So right here he has cleared the 5 levels of this, meaning he now has 10 crystals and he has unlocked the next boss. But we're actually gonna do Dingodile this time because Dingodile is really fast, plus beating Dingodile grants you the double jump power up, which is very useful in the rest of the run.
The thing about the bosses in this game is like the only boss that we actually do properly is the last boss.
Yeah.
Every other boss is either skipped or completely broken.
And the strat here where you jump over the crystal, shield Dingodile has around him was actually a strat that was in the original games as well, but the developers were very nice and let the thing stay in. So he's basically doing a glitched high jump to jump over them and hit Dingo without having to dodge any of his attacks.
So a glitched high jump is slide spin jump or slide jump spin. And that gives you extra height. It was a glitch in the original, so we still call it a glitched high jump, but it's not a glitched here, it's intended.
Right, by default, the intended mechanic is that you slide and then jump and get extra height. If you add a spin to that, you get a glitched amount of extra height, and then that works as he just explained.
Second dino level here. These are known to being pretty hard and destroy your computer with lag. Hopefully this doesn't happen here. I'm gonna go for triple mask here also a very important one, and I'm gonna go for a Hobb slide here at the beginning using this here. Okay,
very good.
Nice.
Yeah, and the triple mask essentially makes you go over these lava pits instead of having to go around them, making the route a lot easier, and you can carry the Hobb slide for a lot longer.
The thing is, you can go around most of these lava pits, like without also, but that's a whole new level of risk also.
Right there, yeah, he's going along the left side of the lava pit because it doesn't quite extend to the edge of the map. Even though he does no longer have invincibility, same thing here, and he's going to go on the right of this one. Very good.
So this is a very like gameplay intense. Okay, Nitros didn't. This is a very like gameplay intense game. So when sometimes I have to focus and let my two co-commentators help me here. Okay, I didn't go for that. You could go for that geyser also, like I did earlier. Okay, I didn't get hit there. That's good.
You saw the double jump there for the first time.
And also, if you paid attention there, you could kind of see that Dino had no chance of keeping up with him. Kind of a good visual look at how fast Hobb Sliding actually is.
Yeah, we leave the Dino completely in the dust.
Yeah, he's like not even there. And now for the run killer.
Everyone that has played this game casually also probably hates this level. This is extremely difficult and unfair level.
Everybody that has gone for the red gem in this level knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, when you start speedrunning this is usually the place where you game over about 4 times in a row and then decide to go back to Crash 1. But
very true.
Yeah,
so I got stuck there, but I'm still gonna go for this. Okay.
He just managed to squeeze through there, but there's still some cycles he wants to catch here on the level.
Gonna get hit there also, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna damage abuse there to go straight through that whirlwind.
That's not good.
Lost the second mass, that's not good, but...
now he needs to be very careful, because if he gets hit, then he dies and goes back to a very far behind checkpoint.
Yeah, because you might have noticed he has just skipped... Ooh, that was close. He has skipped pretty much all the checkpoints in this level because they're a little bit out of the way.
I'm gonna be very safe here. I'd rather take this time loss than die here because I haven't taken any checkpoint
Yeah.
yet.
Had you done it perfectly there, you could have made that cycle and haven't had to wait there.
I could have made a cycle earlier than that also.
Oh yeah,
actually.
like the perfect cycle would be
Yeah.
even earlier, but again, that's one of the toughest cycles to hit in this level, because you literally has to be perfect for like the first 2/3 of this level.
Okay, so that was a very bad level in terms of like what I could have made. Probably lost like 10, 12 seconds there. But yeah, that level is brutally unforgiving, so I'll just let it slide. Second motorcycle level coming up. Also the hardest motorcycle level out of the 3.
Yeah.
Just, if you do a big mistake here, you're probably gonna lose.
Yeah, it's very unforgiving. He basically has to win the race or overtake all of these to get the crystal. And it's actually, yeah, again, if you make like 1 or 2 mistakes, you're not going to be able to win this.
In motorcycle, you see a pit here on the left, for example. If you fall in there, you don't die, but you get transported. It's basically a big time loss. You get halted and carried back onto the map, and then you have to start your motor again and everything like that. And that makes winning the race actually quite a bit harder. This one is actually the only motorcycle race that can be difficult to win. If mistakes are made, the other 2 are fairly simple, even if you fall into a hole 3 times.
Yeah, they're very unforgiving, the first and third one. And also you'll see there's a lot more obstacles in this one, and some of the cars has tendencies to get into your way here. Plus a lot of tight corners. He hasn't gotten a boost pad yet, but if you notice all these corners, that they are gonna basically be the reason why he's not gonna be able to carry these boost all the way to the end like we saw in the first one.
Didn't want to hit him in the back there, but it can go. And this boost pad I can't carry that long, but I'm gonna try and get in the inner side of this guy and brake a bit.
This is a curve that you can't make without braking somehow or using one of the enemies.
Stopping.
Yeah,
or
stopping entirely.
Just not pressing drive R2, which I use. You could go for a donation now if you want.
I would love to. Because McCrody donated $10, saying, "Yo, Murcaz, congrats again on getting into ESA, and good luck in this run."
Thanks, Crody. Crody's a fellow runner of this game, top 5 runner, very good. Good friend, awesome guy. So thanks, dude.
And a reminder to do high time first.
Yeah, it's a bit marathon safe in case I die in high time because it's hard.
Yeah, because he wants a mask for the boss fight coming up, so and high time is a little more risky to lose the mask, so saving double header allows him to make sure that he most likely gonna have a mask for the boss fight. So marathon safety here.
So high time has an interesting problem with it, being that the walls in this level often tend to swallow the double jumps that you attempt to do. That wall right there that you're looking at is one of them. And double jumps in Crash already are kind of harder to control than other double jumps you may know from other games. You can't just do a double jump whenever. It's basically only at a specific part of your jumping animation that you can still do a second jump. And so added to that, then this level tends to sometimes just ignore the input entirely.
I don't really like doing this level without a mask though. It's scary.
Well, you've got through the hardened part, so as soon as you go back there, he gets his mask. That's very good. If you can keep this and then get the one in the next level, then he'll be set to go for the next couple of levels.
There it happened twice, which
Exactly.
he talked about. It just dropped my double jump even though I pressed it, so I'm gonna miss the cycle coming up here.
And you can see in those vertical parts, he's again using those glitch side jumps to get further up without using all of the platforms.
Can I at least make this?
I think
Okay,
you got it. Yeah,
good.
you got it.
Okay,
And remember double header now.
yeah, I don't have another choice. Yeah, as you saw there, it was like a classical example of high time just not letting you get the cycle that you want by just taking your input. I don't think it's like people complain about the double jump in this game a lot. I don't actually think it's bad in any other level except that one. It's pretty much only a problem for me in that one. Or it's a problem for everyone in that one. So last level that we will see this... Oh, I almost got hit there. This technique, Hobb Sliding. because after next boss, we will replace our spin with something else. Or an upgraded spin, you can call it.
Yeah. And I guess I can remember before we found Hobb Sliding, which was kind of a little over a year ago, Hobb Sliding was found, I believe. Back when I ran this game, we didn't have Hobb Slide, so these levels were a lot more tedious. But now with Hobb Sliding, they're actually some of the tougher parts of the run. Especially for a new runner, learning all the spots you can Hobb Slide from and chaining them together.
No!
Oh, the body slam.
I think you picked up a checkpoint there, didn't you?
Oh, you
Not
did.
too far back.
Okay. That's extremely bad.
Yeah, that's some marathon lock, body slamming into a pit.
The body slam is on the same button as the slide,
Yeah.
so sometimes when I try to do a thing, try to do a slide, it just completely
Yeah, and
goes me
it's
down.
actually...
So it completely ruins the next boss that I wanted to show off, sadly, because I need a mask for it. But I guess we have to do it the slow way. That's like 30 seconds lost because of that.
Yeah,
So that's really bad.
You can see that graceful body slam into the pit, and I mean, it cost more time than just the death alone. It's actually going to ruin the entire routing. Well, not the routing, but just the mask management for the next couple of levels.
No, it's not going to change anything
no,
for Sphinxinator.
It's going to not allow you to go for a certain strat that you might not have gone for anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's newer stats that I'm not going to risk doing here.
And if you paid attention here, you had noticed that he completely ignored what you're supposed to do in this boss fight and basically wait until there's some platforms you can jump over. But you can use the glitch high jumps to just jump over to Entropy here and hit him the first 2 times. And had he had a mask on the last part here, he could have jumped off one of his...
Oh my god.
Whoa, be careful.
Can you...
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay. He could have jumped off one of the rockets he sends towards him and gotten the third phase as well. So that's why it was crucial he had a mask. But
Yeah, this is like a precise jump where you can jump on the rocket and get damage boost and go over. It saves 18 seconds, but in top of the death that I had, it's like 30. So.
And beating Entropy unlocks the super tornadoes or...
So.
Yeah.
You're gonna see me do something that resembles Hobb Sliding here, but it's not the same. I can do it on flat ground this time, but I can't chain them anymore. So that's the difference. Another level that I'm just gonna be zigzagging back and forth like this. So if you have donations, just keep on going till I'm done.
All right. We have another donation from JPZ. He donated $10 saying, "Good luck, Murcaz. Much love to you from the NST community."
Thanks, JP. Also another runner and very good friend of mine.
All right, we have another one from Cameron Vengeance. Donated $5 and 39 cents saying, "Good luck on this free speedrun."
Again, another NST runner. Shoutouts to Cam. He's the current world record holder for this category.
He snagged my world record. But I'm coming for it eventually. But yeah, Cameron's one of my best friends in the community and an insane player of all 3 games. And the 39 was because we think that 39 is possible in game time in this category now. So, or he thinks it's possible. I'm still a bit unsure. But I'm also slow compared to him, right?
You gotta believe, dude.
So yeah, you can go on for a couple more.
All right, we have another donation from, this is a difficult one, Gawain SC2. Donated $5 to say, "Sub 45 when?"
Right now. Another runner of the game.
I guess the entire community is here.
I'm really appreciating the support, guys. Thanks for watching. So still
you
have
got time for more.
Yeah, still have time for
This
a
is
few
a
more.
very long level, unfortunately. I think it's still the longest.
We do have time for more donations if there are any.
All right, well, I would love
One
to
more.
tell everyone about one of our partners, Elgato. As you can see behind our runner here, there's streaming pods set up. They're open to everyone because going to an event such as ESA can be hard for full-time streamers, and the streaming pods let them stay connected while on the road. Thank you very much, Elgato.
So this mask that I have now, I am gonna have to take very good keep off. Gonna like basically hug it all the time because I don't want to lose it. It's very important for the level coming up after this one.
Yeah, a lot of the routing with the levels here. He could pick any level, but he wants to pick the levels that make sense for when he gets masks. You saw it early in the game, but here on Wall 4, or the War Room 4, it's really important for the upcoming levels to have triple masks. So hopefully he can go through this without taking a hit. And again, now we get to see more of these Mark tornadoes. I don't know if you want to explain them.
They have the exact same principle as the Hobb Slide, which landing when the spin is active just increases your speed a lot. Okay.
Yeah, which is a big reason why we fight entropy in this run, is to get that ability as well. And also it's a fast boss fight when you have a mask for it.
Like, there's a lot of people who ask, also very hard jump here coming up. Barely made that. There's a lot of people that ask, couldn't you just skip entropy and use Hobb Slides instead? Yes, we could, but it's not going to save any time because the levels that are here in Warp 4 and 5 just coincidentally work a lot better with Mark Tornadoes than with Hobb Slides, so Mark Tornadoes save a lot more time in these levels.
And you also saw he skipped the giant pit there using the tornado ability, so not having that would require you to use the platforms there, and so overall it wouldn't save any time when all things add up.
So second run killer here. Believe it or not, I killed a run on a level that was not even close to a run killer, but that's how it goes in the marathon, right? Yeah, 2-meter gimmick is that water keeps rising and lowering here. So I'm gonna try to make a... Okay, not making it. Try to make a cycle here, which I'm probably not making anymore.
Yeah, so when the water is high here, if he is in the water when it's high, he basically drowns, and had he not messed up, he would have been able to hit the switch there for the door and been able to move on. And now that he has the triple mask grants the invincibility, but on this level it also had the bonus of the water is not going to rise as long as he has the triple mask, allowing him to skip a lot of the cycles.
So what you see here is me messing up the timing of these for the third time in a row. It's very rare. But when you do it against a wall like that, it kind of like sometimes it just eats your slide, or your spin rather. It eats your spin, and that can cause that to happen. Okay, okay. Whew. Thought I died there.
That was close.
Okay.
Oh, nice job, Ben. You kept the mask for the next level as well?
Yeah. I'm not catching the cycle as I would want to, but I'm catching the backups, so. So Future Frenzy, first future level. My favorite levels in any percent. In the 108% category, I think these levels are absolutely horrible, and you want to avoid them whatsoever, but you can't. Game.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Guess we have to re-enter. Never ever seen that before.
I think I saw somebody else get that before. That's just black screen getting in, but that's very rare, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So another time loss we can't control here, but that's fine.
Yeah,
Screen turning black.
yeah, hopefully it should be...
Hello?
This...
I think I have to restart the game like this, because I can't do the level blind. That.
That is very unlucky. That is not a thing that happens
Wait, I'm just
like
gonna
at all.
load the file.
Hopefully that's gonna fix it.
There's one other time where you experience the screen completely going black, but that's only when you're glitching out the game, which is not happening right now, so...
And now it's in the warp room as well. This, maybe if you enter it.
I have no idea how to fix this, actually.
Well, you went into the right level, at least.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exit the game completely.
This is some technical difficulties.
Never seen this before, so that was new.
While you restart the game, should I read a donation?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
All right. We have a donation from Legion with $50,
Holy.
saying good luck with the run, Murcaz. Shoutouts to the Crash NST community for being so helpful to new runners.
It's a big donation, Legion. Thanks. Also a fellow new runner of the game. Been improving very quickly.
And again, the game going black here, I think I've seen it once through all the people that run this game. This is...
I've never seen it, and I have no idea what causes it. Hopefully we can fix it in some way.
Yeah, this... Okay, it seems good.
So the bad thing now is that I can't show off how this level is with masks, because doing the level without masks is way worse than it should be.
Yeah, so unfortunately he loses his mask by restarting the game. But you're gonna see him use the Mark Tornadoes here and cutting all these corners here, trying to go through these lasers on a cycle here. The opening to the level of this level I personally think is one of the coolest things in this run. So normally he would get the triple mask right here, and he would be able to, a little later on, and be able to basically just run through a lot of enemies using the invincibility here.
But we're not getting the invincibility, so we just have to accept the game giving us a hard time.
The game is definitely challenging you right now.
That's fine. This level is usually like a lot of Mark Tornadoes and a lot of cool movement, a few couple cool damage abuses, but we're not gonna see any of it because of what happened.
Yeah. So if he had the invincibility there, he could basically just Mark Tornado all the way through that, but he can't use the Mark Tornadoes to go through the enemies because he has to dodge them without the invincibility.
He kind of went through a couple of enemies there, and what he did was he used the one mask he had. He took damage and got an iframe that lasts a couple of seconds for that, and then just went through all the enemies and got very unlucky by the cycle here.
That was my fault. I should have just continued.
It's very hard to determine whether those spikes open or not, whether you can make it and spin them, or whether they open and then instantly kill you once you touch them. But he will get to the same place again rather soon.
Yeah. And now we go into the next level, which is Bye Bye Blimps, or the last level of Warp 4, which is going to be a first plane level.
First out of 2 plane levels.
Yeah.
It's extremely easy one now, though. I'm gonna switch to Coco here, because I'm gonna do a glitch that requires me to have Coco after, and it's extremely hard, and if I fail it, I'm not gonna do it again, but if I get it, it's fine.
Yeah, so in this level he basically has to shoot down 7 blimps. And he's going to do a specific path to get to each blimp a little faster. You might see him go not for a specific blimp, but kind of turn in between some of them. Or
I'm not gonna... I'm gonna try and do it here, but I'm not gonna do it on the others, because I usually lose time when I do that.
Oh, okay.
Haven't really learned it yet. There's been a lot of new stats that has been found, like when I've been moving the last months. I haven't really had like all the time to brush up on all the new stats as much as I would like to. But then again, I've failed a lot of old strats also here, so it's unfortunate.
So here's another boss we're going to skip, because it's very long.
And here you see the second version of the so-called gate clip.
I don't know why that didn't work. What?
Is that because...
No, that's not because I loaded. That's
you
because
exited the level.
No, that's because the gate clip just decided it didn't want to work.
Yeah.
While doing this trick, there's always a chance of soft locking if you fall off the edge of the map.
For sake. Okay.
You got this.
That should be it. If not, I'm very surprised. Okay.
There we go.
There we go, yeah. And now he's able to walk through walls once he switched back to Kogo here. The screen's gonna
Might not get this.
This time the blind screen is actually intended.
Yeah.
He entered a level and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Not the level I want to, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, that what's happened there is that I did the same thing as I did for skipping Tiny Tiger, but on PC for some reason, it turns into a black screen, and you can't see anything or hear anything while it's going on. So you kind of have to maneuver your way towards the warp without knowing what's going on. There's a really high chance of soft locking while doing this, and I'm gonna go first. Okay, didn't get it. Too early. You can slide through those and not get hit, which I tried to do, and then I would have damage abuse on this to get through this door, but yeah.
But yeah, doing the gate clip, the chance of soft locking is if you go off the edge while being blind and can't hear anything, because you're not supposed to be able to die in the warp room.
Gonna barely make this now.
And yeah,
Gonna take a damage abuse here. To get through that door, to keep that door open.
Right, the mechanic in this game is that once you take damage while having a mask, not always, but most of the time some cycles will stay open. So if you have a pusher or like doors, closing doors like there was right there, they will stay open for a bit longer. And that, in this case, allowed him to get through there without waiting for a couple of seconds.
yeah, it's kind of like when you have the triple mask, you have the invincibility and doors will stay open, and it works the same way when you have idle frames.
So depending on what level I enter first here, while I'm blind, I change the route. I want to do this level after Bug Light regardless. And then the 3 last levels doesn't really matter what order I do them in. If I have a mask out of this level, I'm gonna do it. Okay. You can Mach Tornado around those, but it's like quite risky, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make it. Okay, nice.
Very nice.
Try and redeem this run with all the unexpected things that happened.
It's not your fault, it's just a marathon log, it happens to the best of us.
So gonna go for a Mach Tornado while we can't really see what's going on here. Okay.
As opposed to the other future the future
Frenzy.
type level, future frenzy
You
called.
mean?
You never get a triple mask here, but also the masks that you carry here are not really important for the following levels, so taking damage here is not...
I would like to keep one though.
Okay, taking 1 damage is okay.
this usually lines up, but I guess I did something very slow.
And here with these robots, instead of killing them, he's just using the 3D mechanic of the game and going around them.
So you saw what happened there was that, especially in this game where you can choose each of the 5 levels per warp differently in a different route. Oftentimes, depending on what happens before, he will make adjustments for the situation, and that's definitely part of being able to improvise when things happen like they just did, which is just a heap of unfortunate luck.
Yeah, so determining the levels again is depending on what mask he has, because he wants to have a mask for the level here. He doesn't want to do the 2 other levels right now because those are vehicle levels, and vehicle levels takes away your mask because the mask has no effect in those levels. So that's part of the rerouting here.
Got that. That's pretty
That was
hard
nice.
to do. Jump up.
So another Arabian Nights level here where you can see there's a lot of things going up and down, back and forth. All of it is kind of like cycle based, so
Okay.
he wants to go as fast as possible to make this cycle. And right here he's again abusing the 3D scenery to go around there. And you can kind of hit the side of trampolines in this game and get the bounce immediately. You don't actually have to land on top of them.
Gonna do a little risky marks here at the end, and that should be the level.
Yeah, and then hover all the way to the end.
Very good. Flaming Pash is one of the difficult ending levels where, especially for newer runners, it tends to be one of the places where you just lose a bunch of time just before the last boss.
It doesn't look that hard, neither is it hard. It's just, I don't know, unforgiving, brutal. Like, hitboxes are rough.
Yeah.
I switched to Coco there out of habit. I don't really know why I did that.
That was unnecessary, but it doesn't really lose any time to switch. Because you kind of have to wait for the portal to become active for like a second or two.
So, I'm gonna carefully try to choose a route to get these engines on these planes. And while I do that, you can read a few donations if you want.
Absolutely. We have a donation from McCrody, donating $5 to say 39 is possible. Just do tell no tales, OOB.
Crody found a out of bounds that is ridiculous and not possible to do in a run. So yeah, again, shoutouts to Crody.
Yeah, that's something we describe as not RTA friendly.
Any more?
Yes, sir. We've also got one from Amber, donating $5 to say good luck on the run, Murcaz. You're doing great.
Who was that from?
Amber.
Thanks. Didn't hear. The game sound is incredibly loud. But that's in that level it's loud. It's not loud otherwise.
Yeah, now we have one more level left before Cortex, which is our last motorcycle level. Orange Asphalt.
But yeah, I really appreciate all donations from the Crash community. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, there's amazing support in this community. The NST community is one of the best communities to be a part of, I would say. And again, another motorcycle level is gonna have to get first place here. Now the Cup cars are going back and forth, but if you do the level perfectly, they are always gonna be in the same spot. And in this level, you can carry some of these boosts quite far if you do the turns correctly and maneuver through all the obstacles. But still, we have these tight turns here that is gonna force him to slow down, so we can't carry it all the way to the end. I think in the IL strat, it's kind of possible to go through that zigzag there.
I don't think so. I'm unsure. Haven't watched Isles, but I don't think it's possible to go through that. Like the entire thing. The first one maybe, but not the entire thing. So while I'm boosting my way through this, you can read a few more donations.
All right. Guess we've got one from Blunts Moses, donated $10.36 to say, much love, my dude. Thanks for holding the most important position in town.
Probably also one of my best friends in the community. He ran a GDQ, Crash 200%. If you guys are interested in Crash 2 or NST in general, you should definitely check out most of the guys that... Oh, I'm gonna go out. most of the guys that donated through this, you really should check them out. They're all amazing runners.
Yeah, and if you're interested in running the remastered Crash games here at all, like the community is very welcome and very helpful getting you started with any of the runs in any of the free games, or potentially Crash Team Racing when we see that later on this summer. And you can find the community. We have a community Discord, which you should be able to find on speedrun.com/crashnst.
Yes, and very reliable and good community. I have nothing bad to say about it.
No. And you guys are also doing community races like almost every Sunday, right?
We do a community race every Sunday. We switch between the 3 games, and once a month we do a full trilogy any percent. So that's quite fun. Something new that we started with not long ago. So
yeah,
if you want to join just for fun or what you want to do, you could join for fun. You could join if you want to race. Like, we don't.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be discouraged. Like, there are people from all skill levels in those races.
Yes, very varied. There's world record holders and people who have never ever touched the game before.
So this is Cortex, the final boss fight, which is the only boss fight we do the normal way. Ooh. Or intended. Oh dear.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah.
This is like, other than the crystal animation, this is the only time we will ever see RNG in this run, other than the animations.
Yeah, so there are 3 phases to this fight, and he has to avoid the masks here. I guess you can go for the swag strats if you want to.
No, I'm not going for that. That's stupid.
Fair enough.
I think that was a question.
It
was an order.
Exactly. If you hold the analog stick just a tiny bit, yeah, like that, exactly.
Yeah, you can make Crash Drought. And the RNG is you want the mines, especially the last 3 mines he throws, to be as far away from as possible, so you can.
These 3 here, you want them like around where I'm standing now.
So you can knock him off and send him into the hole a bit faster. And last phase, he can kind of control Aku Aku and Uka Uka, the 2 masks, where they're gonna be, because they're always gonna start the attack to where he's standing. So he's just standing in a position where he wants them to be, and then obviously dodging Cortex at the same time.
I try to go for it.
Last mine setup.
Yeah.
So time is coming up very soon.
Oh, that was some bad RNG there. You saw the mine right under him. That's
so shoes, okay.
And the best. Bad shoes there.
And let's see.
As soon as he gets sucked in.
Time.
There we go.
Oh, I skipped the cutscene. I wanted to watch it, but that's fine. That's fine. The incentive was met, right? Think it was? Figuring it out. I think it was. I'm gonna load this save.
I would say, all things considered, a fairly decent run. A lot of that time loss was definitely not your fault. The black screen there, that's, you know.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That was very weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
Having to restart. I mean, sometimes you need to reload the checkpoint if you soft lock by accident or something, but having to restart the game.
Sorry about that. Yes, it was meant.
Okay,
yeah.
Great. So we're going to show off the DLC level that was released in summer 2018. As you see, I already have the gems here, but I'm going to show you what's required to get the gems here. I have all the power-ups on this save file, so I can run now, and I can shoot the bazooka, I can do the body slam, everything that we skipped.
And by the way, this is a free DLC level, so if you played it on release and then returned to it, this might incentivize you to do so. Because anybody that has the game will have this future tense level.
So you see me slide jumping here? That's because slide jumping is faster not faster than Mark Tornadoes, but faster when you have running shoes.
He also gets a bazooka that shoots one of the fruits. Fun fact.
So yeah, this is a level that was not in the original games. This is a completely unique level made by Vicarious Visions, who made the Sane Trilogy, and not the original creators, Naughty Dog. And I guess they went all out to make a challenging level out of the elements of Crash 3.
Just gonna do that.
And really testing all of
Like there was a robot that I waited for in the early level, and you could think that like, oh, isn't it just faster to like kill him instead of or skip him instead of waiting for him? The thing is, like, this level is extremely unstable on PC, and it can crash. It can crash here. So let's see, it didn't, and it can crash in the elevator. Later on.
Yeah, so he has to do specific, I guess, strats to avoid the game crashing by killing extra things and make sure he doesn't leave too much on screen to avoid the crash. Which is a bit unfortunate when you run the full completion category of this, because you can't actually do the fastest strats, because the game crashes if you do, so you kind of have to do things to avoid the crash, which is very unfortunate.
So this level has a lot of cool mechanics that you won't see otherwise in any Crash game yet. So it kind of teases like what it would look like if Vicarious Visions did another game. And personally, I don't like this level. I think it's a mess of a level and it doesn't work properly, but it looks cool. So
I mean, it shows the potential if Vicarious Vision ever were to make their own Crash game and stuff remaster.
Definitely. Okay, that's fine.
So yeah.
So this is the crash. Okay, we're past it. So
Yeah.
no game crash for us today.
Yeah, the game would normally crash going up that elevator had he not done specific things. It's hard to describe everything he did there to avoid it, but yeah.
Okay, I got that.
Generally, the crash tends to happen after a longer run through of the 108 category. I mean, you restarted the game and everything. Nobody knows how this crash
true.
really works, but it's assumed that restarting the game is a way to also prevent it.
Yeah, and it used to be really annoying if you ran the 108 category, because in the current route, this level is done towards the very end of 108, which is at a 2.5 hour category, or I think RTA-wise, yes.
Around that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just very tedious, but we have a consistent strat to avoid the crash now, but again, it's unfortunate you have to do specific things to
It's fine.
avoid a crash, but that's how it is.
There's a little secret section there. The crates that you saw him body slam into, those can only be broken with body slams, and
There was a TNT hidden there.
yeah, that too.
Yeah, they use the mirrors to kind of hide some stuff. You can see the box in the mirror there. He's going to use this to snipe it out. I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably missed that, or did it by accident.
And also the... okay. Also the stack of boxes, there was a TNT hidden under. It's kind of hard to see that the first time you're doing this also. I'm gonna...
There's also a couple of hidden enemies here and there where they're... where they are basically trying to throw you off and make sure you pay attention to the details. Oh, maybe
Going
we're
for a bit risky strats
Yeah.
here. I'll just save this now.
This part of the level is tricky, and it's just very awkward to play properly, especially because there's a box down there. Also somewhat easy to miss, and those spikes seem to always be in exactly the position that's inconvenient.
145 of 145, and that's future tense.
Nice job.
So, definitely not the run I wanted due to the unexpected crash, but there's nothing I can do about that. Thanks for making the incentive a thing. I love showing off this messy level. Thanks for donating, everyone in the community. I really appreciate it. You all are amazing. Thanks for the support. And yeah, thanks to these two guys that helped me commentate. And thanks ESA for having me.
Yeah, and I guess enjoy the rest of ESA, guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
bye.
Welcome back, gamers. Let's get this bread.
Are you gonna say it?
Say what? Come on, bro. Don't. What was that start?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna continue. With what
No,
you
I
said
was not going to
previously.
continue. I was very much not going to continue.
Okay, fair, fair.
You just got done watching Crash 3 from the Sane Trilogy. Next up, Super Magnet.
Can you? Do you want my glasses?
Yes.
Okay.
Super Magnetic Neo by our man Nod.
No, I can't see anything now, so. Can you read?
Yes. And next up is after that is the Omega Open Block, which right now it just says the Omega Open Block for us. But if you go on the schedule, all the games are listed, so you can see what's on there. I don't remember exactly what's on there. Not like I'm scheduling crew or anything. I don't remember.
Wow.
I'm too tired for this. Yeah. Quick reminder.
Why didn't you sleep, Eben?
No commentaries. No commentaries. I'm not sure I'm allowed to talk about that right now. Maybe tomorrow. Actually, no, this is my last hosting shift. All right, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe on the next one.
Next ESA, guys.
Yeah, ESA
tuned.
summer. Tweet me. Follow me on Twitter and I'll DM you the reason. Yeah,
Can I have my glasses back?
sure. So, quick reminder, as we mentioned in the last intermission, the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, there is a donation bid war.
And you guys can submit your own options, as in like your inputs, whatever.
Your inputs. Like, yeah. And like, yeah. You can submit anything you want. Right now, the two tied winners are Knuckles and Punchy. So if you want to bot both of those, or maybe put one ahead of the other, be sure to get your donations in. And also, the character name, bid war, my man Terry Crews, still in the lead.
I really want my wife left me. Can you say that? Can you not say it?
Stop saying "say it." It makes us look like a bunch of, you know. I'm not gonna say it.
Why not? What's wrong?
Hyperbra.
Aw.
Terry Crews is still winning. I personally want Terry Crews to win. Terry Crews is a good lad. What?
Read it.
Which one?
The other one.
The other one?
Yes.
Ayaya. Ayaya. Clap.
Glad that's losing.
Huh?
That's cute.
That's cute. Cute chat. Cute hosts. Cute venue. Cute gameplay.
Cute event.
Cute event. Cute Twitch Prime.
You should use it.
You should use it.
It's cute.
Otherwise, you're not cute. If you type IAR in chat and you don't give us your Twitch Prime sub, banned.
Whoa.
I'll ban you myself. I'm a VIP. I do whatever I want.
Damn.
Sharice, are you a VIP in the ESA Marathons chat?
I'm not as cool
Big
as
L.
you.
Big L. Mark, are you a VIP in ESA Marathons chat?
I don't think
I know what you're going to say, Mark, and it's no. Big L.
Type in the chat.
What, me?
Yeah.
Sure, buddy. Let's get this up, shall we? Let's get this bread. This will take forever for my old iPhone 5 to load. Trees, read some donations in the meantime.
Okay. So we have $20 from Rogue Dark Jedi saying, "Hello ESA, dogs are amazing. I want to see your dog emotes in the chat. Let's go." Roo, roo, roo.
Gaming Rack is now following me on Twitter. Whoever you are,
He
legend.
wants you to DM him the reason.
I am going to DM him.
You should.
I'm going to DM him a lot more than that as well.
Oh, okay.
I just put a pog in the chat. Big VIP badge coming in.
Oh, nice VIP badge there.
Thank you. Big flex. Troll Bear gave me that. I only had to ask him nicely. Maybe if you ask him nicely, he'll let you in. Does he even know who you
I
are?
like your VIP badge.
Thank you. Does Troll Bear know who you are?
Huh?
Troll Bear?
Who?
Wow. Okay. Well, that's one way to not get VIP in the ESA Marathon's chat room. To who the person who is going to give you VIP. Oh, new donation.
It's okay.
Read it, Sharice, quick.
No, you read it.
Okay, give me your glasses.
Okay.
Anonymous donated $5 and says Leonis07 and Mitako dual world record runs in stream 2. The $20% runs were truly the highlight of ESA. False. Grand Theft Auto Vice City was truly the highlight of ESA. Back me up, gamers.
I don't know. I think mine was pretty good.
Abzu was also a highlight. There were several highlights. VC and Abzu, top tier runs. Everything else, might as well not bother. Don't even highlight them.
Wow.
Don't even highlight them. There's no point.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Mark also messaged me a thing that I should read out as well. Hold on. Let me get it up on my
have
phone.
my glasses back?
Yeah, sure. All right. One last thing to read. It's essentially while I get it up, the first, I think it's the first game in the Omega Open block. It's the developers of the game have issued like an kind of like open challenge, I believe. Yeah, Gekraxel. Sorry if I goofed that, but give it a second, Nara, mate. We'll be on it.
Okay.
God, the tech are giving us a thumbs up, but I'm ready to do
this. A very
it.
aggressive thumbs up is like, just
Yeah.
get out of there.
Yeah, it's an in-development game, and it will be featured on stream later tonight. Everyone at home can download the game right now by going to gekraxel.com. That's GEKRAXEL.com, and following the download link. So yeah, on the Omega Open block, there's going to be like an open challenge from the devs. We've got a bunch of runners, such as Mark himself over there, that's been practicing all day to try and get a good time. Hasn't really been going very well.
Whoa.
But we won't spoil that,
Whoa.
shall we? We'll watch him embarrass himself later on.
Wow. You're so toxic.
Sorry.
Why so toxic? What did he do to you?
He's done a lot of things. But we won't
such
get
a
into
nice
that now
one.
because
You
Tech are
lied.
ready to go.
No,
So
it's okay.
we need to go live.
Yeah,
we will
we do.
see you all very soon.
Bye.
Don't go anywhere.